Welcome to this guided somatic meditation, an exploration and a scan through your body, taking inventory and giving yourself the opportunity to be here now, in the moment. Welcome yourself into this space. I invite you to put away any of your devices and to silence your notifications if they are around. You have arrived, entering the space of your body. This is a new beginning, and here we have an opportunity to ground ourselves. Often we'll be caught up in the flight and the frenzy of all the movement of life, all of the to-dos, all of the things that we have in our mental chatter. I invite you to take a long, deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth, sigh it out. And again, in through the nose. Drawing the breath in and up. Open mouth. Let out any vibrations or sounds that you need to. Another time, a nice inhale in, long and deep. Exhale, release. You're welcome to continue this pattern if you'd like, letting out any sighs, dissipating any tension, anything that might have accrued over the day or overnight. Take this opportunity to drop into the now. And we access the now through our breath, through the connection with our body. So breathing in long and deep through the nose. Feel that cool rush of air sipping in through those nostrils, and open your mouth to release any excess heat. Let it out through a sigh. Any vibrational exhale will do. In through the nose. Lengthening through the spine, feeling the sensation as you draw the breath in, creating more space between each vertebra. Open your mouth, exhale, release it out. Letting go, and letting go. Another time just like that, breathing in long and deep through the nose. Releasing the breath out the mouth. Taking this opportunity to sink in deeper. You can seal your lips if you like. Let's continue to deepen into the body and really find our anchor. So how do we connect ourselves down to the earth? Visualize a cord from your body all the way down to the center, the core of the earth. This is a long, deep cord that anchors you down to the earth so you can feel supported and free. Anchors offer us a jumping off point, a place to have support, grounding, so that we can expand and fly free. You can also visualize the roots of a tree sprawling down deep into the earth, extending from the soles of your feet all the way down, feeling your deep connection and your inherent connection back to nature. You are a part of nature. Breathing it in, breathing it out. Breathing in, envisioning that breath coming in through the soles of your feet, drawing the energy up from the ground, all the way up to the crown of your head. Exhale, let it wash over you, just like water dripping down your body, sending back down into the earth. So inhale, up the body, up the legs, up the pelvis, the spine, around the back of the heart, the neck, through the skull, and out the top of the head. And exhale, release. release, release. Inhale, receiving the breath in. Exhale, releasing it out. Starting to find a little more length in the breath. Nice and easy. Listen to your body's unique rhythm. Noticing how good it feels to really sip in a long, deep breath. Maybe to sigh it out when you exhale. You can go ahead and just follow your intuition with this. Anytime you need to vocalize, go right ahead and give yourself permission. Make some noise. You're in a safe space. And this is your time for you. Your time to let go of what no longer serves you so that you can be free. Free of any baggage that weighs you down. Anything extra that we're holding on to that no longer serves its purpose. It's past its expiration date. And that's okay. Accepting it and moving forward. Let's begin to focus the mind here. So we've envisioned ourselves grounding down to the core of the earth, anchoring down through the roots of a tree, envisioning that we are that tree. And there's an underground network of communication between us and each living being on this planet, all living life forms. Breathing that energy in of interconnectedness. Exhale. Finding this peace in knowing you don't have to work so hard. So deep inner listening. What's going on? Breathing in deep, breathing out long. Are you noticing any particular areas of your body that are holding on to any tension? Do you sense any areas wanting to hold on, clenching? Just invite those places to release, to soften. A kind and gentle invitation, leading with love, leading with compassion, without any judgment. It's okay if something's holding on tight. Living in our modern day world and being on our technology so often, we create this armor, this shield to protect ourselves. And here's an opportunity to let that break down. Allow yourself to be raw, vulnerable, real. And through this practice, the more and more we come back to ourselves and revisit our essential nature, we can live more authentically. And this will reflect in our relationships with ourselves and with others. So let's breathe in love, possibility, expansion. Exhale fear, doubt, worry. Breathing in the possibilities, knowing that you dedicated this time to yourself. And even if your mind does wander, which it might, which it probably will, that's okay. Just come back to the breath, taking this opportunity to practice. That's exactly what this is. It's simply a practice. Let's keep bringing our attention back to the inhale, cool, invigorating, refreshing. Sip in the fresh breath of life. Exhale, let it expand out, settle in the place that you have arrived. Release, let go. So let's scan our body now from the space just above the crown of the head. Softening the hairline, the scalp. Feeling the space between our brows relax. Gently soften the corners of the eyes, the temples. Scanning down the face, noticing the space between the ears. Drawing our awareness there as you continue to reach the crown of your head out and away from the top of the spine, finding a little more length in the back of the neck, unhinging the jaw, creating a little more space between the top and the bottom molars. Drawing that breath in, noticing the spaces, the crevices within the facial cavity, within the skull. Continuing to scan down your throat, feeling the open channels as you breathe in long and deep. The airways, the trachea, continuing down to the chest, sensing the expansion of your lungs, fully inflating upon every inhale. Sensing the back of your heart, the back and side ribs, allowing for that expansion in a three-dimensional way. Your whole body is buoyant and elevates as you inhale and relaxes a little deeper on the exhale. Noticing the width across your chest, your shoulders melting out to the sides, creating lots of open space for your heart to shine through. Noticing the connection of your arms to your back, feeling your scapula, your shoulder blades down your back. You can even wiggle your shoulders a little up and down just to feel their connection. Your scapula are like your angel wings. They give you the ability to fly freely and to work more efficiently. So our hands, our arms, they're not independent of our back. They can be isolated, but for the most efficient movement, they are stemming from that area. Everything is connected. So breathing into the back body. Inhale, inflating the lungs fully. Breathe around the heart. Sit up a little taller. Exhale, settling in here. Envisioning your arm bones draping out the sides. So your humerus, your upper arm bone in the shoulder socket, nice and free. If you want to take a few shoulder rolls here just to feel that fluidity. Finding that movement in one direction and then circle the other way. Noticing if there's any tightness or any areas that might need a little extra attention. And for whatever reason that might be, that's okay. Just coming into this field of awareness, making a mental note, sending love to your shoulders, scanning down the upper arm bones, down to the elbow, noticing this junction. And do you sense your lower arms, the forearms? You can visualize the ulna and the radius, the two bones on the lower part of the arm, connecting down to your wrists, to your hands. Visualizing this area of the body. You can envision the breath is going there, even though it's literally inflating your lungs, but it's traveling through, creating more space as you visualize the areas between the knuckles opening up, lengthening away. Finding more freedom in the hands, the wrists, the fingers. If you want to roll your wrists around a little, get out those cracks and crunchies and crinkles, go right ahead. Just sensing this area. And with your focus on your hands, start to make a small fist, clenching down with the fist. Relax every other area of your body, but just activate. Scrunching, scrunching, scrunching those hands together. Squeeze a little harder, like you're squeezing a lemon. And release and soften. Feeling the blood flow maybe rushing to the fingers. You can try it one more time. And squeeze. Feeling that activity, that work, that energy. Squeezing, squeezing the hands. And letting it go, softening. Feeling that connection ripple up the arm. Continue to visualize yourself traveling back up your arm through the elbow, the upper arm, the shoulder, down the back space around your scapula, down to the spine, down to the lower back. So thinking of your core, the center of you. Your core isn't just the front, of course. So every front has a back, and we have the strength and integrity of our body by connecting to the center. All of our limbs extend out from the center, the central core, where all of our vital organs are. So breathing, expanding your whole torso, your belly, your back body. Really sense your low back, your middle back, around the lumbar and thoracic spine as you breathe in. And breathe out. Sending that visualization up the back body towards the upper spine, the cervical spine, around the back of the neck, the base of the neck. Visualize this area growing longer as you travel up towards the occiput, the back of your skull. Feeling the lightness, the buoyancy of your skull resting on top of the spine. Feeling that effortless connection as you can nod your head side to side, saying no, up and down, saying yes. Maybe you even go for a full head roll rotation, circling the head in isolation, breathing into any sticky areas, taking your time. Letting out sighs of relief whenever needed. And when you're ready, you can come back to center and slowly revolve around the other way. Continuing to infuse the movement with your breath, sensing the way this feels as your head circles around, noticing those small stretches or maybe more sensational, loud stretches depending on how tight you might be in the chest, in the upper back, around the neck. Continuing to breathe. Let it out. You can bring your head up right back on your spine when you finish that rotation. Continuing to scan down through the central axis of your spine as if you can move down like an elevator shaft from the upper portion to the middle to the lower, and finally landing at the pelvis. So sensing your tailbone at the base of your spine, and then your whole pelvic girdle, sensing the bones, the curvature, all these different components of our pelvis. And we can envision it like a bowl. It's a bowl holding contents. So as if we're holding some rice, for example, or some water. And notice your bowl. Is it tipping forward? Is it tipping backward? Is it neutral? You can take a few moments here to explore all the different extremes, noticing even a lateral shift as you lift your right hip, lift your left hip, one and then the other. A little side to side movement. Maybe you even want to go through a full hip circle in one direction and the other, just to find some mobility here. And noticing the region of the genitals, the groin. How does this area feel? What sensations come up for you? Just continuing to deeply listen, scanning your body, breathing into the pelvis, breathing out, feeling a sense of curiosity. Creatively explore this area as you visualize your breath, scanning around. Visualize your breath bathing the entire pelvis, finding a sense of lightness and freedom here. Sometimes we get a little locked up because we're sitting down all the time. Maybe we're traveling sitting down and doing work. It's very easy in modern day life to end up sitting a lot, so just find a little more freedom. You might want to stand up and shake it out, or if you have a bouncy ball to sit on, that's a great way to do it too. Or simply just lie down on the ground and draw some gentle circles as you place your feet down and rock your pelvis front to back. You can do this in any way. You can also sit cross-legged as you might be already. However you're comfortably seated, just finding yourself in a place where you can move your pelvis a little. Let it feel good. Starting to breathe in to the hip sockets, going down your thighs, sensing what's going on here. What kind of emotions are we storing? And you might not have a word for it, or maybe a direct emotion, something specific doesn't really pop up, and that's all right. Is it dense? Is it light? What kind of, do we have any pulsing? Or is it more of an elusive sensation in the thighs? Scanning the quadriceps, the hamstrings, the front and the back, the outer thighs, the inner thighs, our abductors and adductors. Is this area awake and alive? It's okay if it's a quiet and subtle sensation too, just listening. And continuing to travel down to the knees. This point of intersection, it's a junction, just like the elbow. And this ball and socket joint, our patella, our kneecap resting on top. You can find some movement here, but being very gentle with this place, as there is a lot of crossover with different tendons and ligaments. Just knowing your body, how do your knees feel? Do they feel tight? Do they need a little massage above and below, on the inside, on the outside? Extend and bend at the knee joint a few times here, just to get a little more blood flow and circulation, waking up this area tenderly, lovingly, paying attention. What's going on in the knee, observing it with kindness and compassion. Any areas that might feel tighter or tense, you can take your loving hands there and just send energy for healing, for opening. You can even warm your hands together, generate some friction, some heat. Breathing in the intention for healing, for creating more space. Continuing to visualize your breath traveling down the legs, past the knee and down to the lower leg, towards the shins, the calves, the tibia and the fibula, visualizing those bones within. And think of their relationship to the ankles in the same way that the radius and the ulna relate to the wrists. So these similar joints at the distal parts of our body, away from the core center, reaching long away from center. How do we care for these places? Do we neglect them? Do we give them lots of tender, loving care? Do we only listen to them when they're in pain? Or do we take inventory on the regular? So this is an opportunity to just scan what's going on in the ankle joint. Maybe you give yourself a little manual massage. I like to do that sometimes, just rubbing around the inner, outer back portion of the ankle, increasing some blood flow and continuing that visualization down to the feet, the tops of the feet, the bottoms, the inner edge and the outer. Noticing the toes, spreading them out, fanning those toes, and then clench them together just like you made a fist with your hands. Can you scrunch together, bunch together your feet like a little claw? And then release, flexing the toes up. And then now point through the feet. Point through the feet now. Stretching the front of the ankles. And flexing them, sending the energy out the heel all the way up the back of the leg. You can also just continue to scrunch and release one more time just to feel that blood flow redistributing. Exhale, release some sound. Inhale, scanning back up the legs, all the way back up to the thighs, the pelvis, up the spine, and out the crown of the head. Letting everything wash over you. Breathing in light, love, opportunity, and freshness. Taking in this full body scan, this somatic meditation to connect to your inner being. Sensing your skin, working from the inside out. Allow your breath to continue growing longer and deeper. Feel the cool air rush in and the heated breath come out. You can keep your lips sealed. Just feel that inner fire, that inner furnace. You always have the ability to generate this heat. As you breathe in cool air through the nose, you can gently constrict the back of your throat, similar to an Ujjayi pranayama in yoga, this oceanic breath. You almost hear the sensation of fogging up a mirror, but with your mouth closed. Warming the breath and distributing it through the body. Sensing your skin, the outermost layer of your physical body, all the follicles. Sensing on a very subtle level, what does it feel like to allow the air to land on your skin, to land on your hair, to make contact with the outside world and the elements. A soft breeze, perhaps, or maybe the sensation of your clothing on your skin, making contact with you and your body. Drawing awareness now to your entire body in space, your body as a mass, the volume of your physical being taking up the amount of space that it takes up. Again, with loving kindness, compassion, witness yourself with love, with grace, allowing everything to soften that doesn't need to hold on so tight. You don't need to work so hard here. Here is an opportunity for you to fully release into this moment, into the now, aware of your entire body, continuing to listen deeply and taking that information in for positive transformation. Lengthening the breath in and opening your mouth out. Sigh it out 2 more times, just like that. Enjoy that breath in as you sip in this breath. Enjoy this long, lengthened inhale. Energizing and refreshing, coming back into the now, into the room that you're in, starting to become aware of your body in space, as if you could astral project and witness yourself sitting here. Sitting, lying down, whichever form you choose to be in. One more time, in through the nose, out the mouth. Sighing it out. You can seal your lips. Sensing your entire being. You can stay here as long as you wish. giving yourself this opportunity to bask in the glow of the now, listening to your body's wisdom. When you're ready, you can slowly start to move your eyeballs around in their sockets, blinking the eyes open and reintroducing some light into the room, awakening your sense of sight, seeing what you see, paying attention to what you hear on an even more curious level, allowing more senses to really drop in. Feeling refreshed, revitalized. You always have this opportunity to check in. You can come back to this practice at any time to find a deeper sense of embodiment and explore the richness of living in your physical vessel, your body. You are unique, and this is an opportunity for you to get to know yourself a little bit better. The more we know ourselves, the more we can live our lives more available to know others, more available to connect. But it always starts at home base. So tapping in, checking in with yourself frequently, it's an important practice. I send you love and well-being. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, night, whenever you're tuning in, whenever and wherever. Thank you for joining me for this guided somatic meditation. I wish you peace, presence, and joy.